Salutations, everybody. We are back with Instagram marketing part 2. I like to call this the free and paid traffic on steroids. I think Instagram marketing, honestly, besides SEO, is probably the best marketing source. I mean, Facebook ads can sometimes get a little bit annoying because of how secure they are and having to buy accounts, and it just can get annoying when Instagram is just an asset all on its own. And if you guys do it correctly, man, like there's real money to be made here. And if you have questions, just ask in the group and I'm more than happy to answer. But just a little update on everything with the group. We are looking to basically start up with some webinars here very soon. We're just actually waiting for our webinar software and everything to get finalized there. So we will be hosting some webinars, so I hope you guys are interested in that. Let us know kind of in the Facebook page stuff that you guys would be interested in learning about specifically. I mean, we have tons of tips and tricks, but let us know like where your questions are. We want this to be a very full of value community. And also, guys, when you're going to ask questions, ask it directly in the Facebook like news feed right there inside the community. I mean, you can private message us anytime that you would like if you have something more personal, but it's best if you post it out there so that everybody can see it, so that you're really benefiting everybody in the group. But if you want to just message us on your own, that's fine as well. So let's get right into this. This is part 2. So in part 2 here, we are talking the 50-50 traffic method. So this is kind of free, kind of paid. This is probably the method that I use most often. Now, the method I'm going to talk about in the next video is probably the most lucrative, but I haven't really worked too hard on that, but I'll explain that later on because that one can make you extremely successful. But I kind of think I'm going to do a what's it called? I'm gonna kind of show you in the next video later on, but I'll get into that later. So this is called the Instagram bots section, and this might be a place where everyone's like, oh my gosh, bots, but no, like this is actually the real deal. This is something that you guys should know about and something that you should do. So what do Instagram bots do? They build your account on autopilot, and you just have to click a button and watch your account grow. Basically, these will allow you to get hundreds of new followers per week, and they're used for building followers, not building reputation. It's very easy to see if someone is using a bot for the most part because they'll have like 400 followers, but they're following like 4,000 people. So the way that these bots work is basically they'll go out there and they'll do everything that I talked about you should be doing in part 1, but they'll do it all for you. So they'll go out there and follow people like over and over again in the certain hashtags that you're trying to follow people in, and they'll go out there and like photos and comment on photos. So it basically makes your account do all this work, but you can just sit back and relax. And I like this method just because I don't have to do any work. I can just let this thing do all the work for me. The biggest issue with Instagram bots as a whole is that it hurts your reputation, just because it is very clear, like I said, who is using a bot, because they all of a sudden have all these following, but not that many followers. But despite that, this can make you lots of money. It's made me thousands and thousands of dollars, so it should not be a worry. This is something that you guys should start getting into, especially with CPA marketing. Like I said, when I would do all this stuff, I was selling products that were like $100 per buy, and I would get tons of conversions by doing just that. CPA marketing is so much better because it doesn't cost the person anything that's opting into your site. So remember that, give this a shot. So basically, this is a 50-50 method because you're not paying for every single follower or every comment. The program is a one-time fee or a monthly fee. So you're basically paying a little bit, but you can get a ton in return. Like I was saying, you can make tons of money in this, and if you really turn your account into an asset, that's when you're going to really start seeing it, because you're going to get tons of people interested in your account. So the two best options for these Instagram bots are social auto bots. This is the one that I first came across. Now the pros of this one is that I believe it was $67 one-time fee. It could be different than that, but the last time that I checked, it was $67, which really it's nothing. I mean, that's very cheap for something like this. It's very easy to use. They have great customer support, and you have complete control. So the best way to explain it is basically inside of Social Autobots, you say exactly how many followers you want to get. So if you want to get 1,000, then you will get 1,000. If you want to get 10,000, you will get 10,000. And it will happen over a period of time that you set. But the cons is that it's a software, so it's completely contingent on your computer. So your computer has to be turned on all the time in order for this to run. It also doesn't always work perfectly, which I've had issues with it, which is why I switched. The setup for it is a bit difficult. For some reason, they didn't just use simple software. They actually made it a little bit more difficult than it should have been. And it can be easy to be banned with it if you don't use it correctly. And I'm going to explain how to use all these things correctly just in a minute here. But overall, Social Autobots is a great software. I mean, I'm going to talk about the two best options. They're, in my opinion, guys, if you guys have some other option that you want to use, go right ahead and use it. You can use all these tips with any one of these out there. I know there's a bunch, but I'm just telling you the ones that I have used personally. The other option is Instagress. Now, Instagress is a software that is integrated into a website. So that means that it actually works offline. Your computer doesn't have to be on. You don't even have to have the website open. It's just always going to run because it's running on their own servers. The other reason that this one is great is it's very difficult to get banned with if you do it correctly, and I will get into that in a little bit. Their user interface is great, it's easy to use, and I've never had an issue with it. It works 100% of the time. The biggest cons for Instagress is that it is not a one-time fee. It's actually a daily, monthly, or yearly fee. It's like $10 a month or $80 a year, so it's really not that expensive in the grand scheme of things. And then the other con is that you cannot set exact values. You either set slow, medium, or fast, but that isn't that big of a deal either. I personally use Instagress as we speak right now on all the Instagram accounts that I use. So the steps to success with bots, because you got to pay attention to this. This is probably the most important part of this video, because the issue with bots is that Instagram doesn't like them at all, and it's very easy to get banned with bots if you don't do it correctly. But Instagram isn't nice about it. They kind of let your account go for like a week or two, and then they'll ban it. So basically, once you just start making money, your account will get banned, and you'll have to restart. I mean, you don't even know how many times this has happened to me. So just pay attention to this part, and it won't happen to you. Don't get greedy. It's easy to get greedy trying to get tons of followers quickly. So the first step that you guys have to do is you have to make the Instagram accounts from your own home IP address. Don't be on a proxy. Don't do it at school. Don't do it from your phone or like your mobile data. Do it from your home IP address. It allows everything to just stay consistent. The second thing you have to do, guys, is confirm the Instagram accounts. When you open up an Instagram, there's two ways that you can confirm it. You can confirm it using your phone number, which they'll like text you a PIN, and you can confirm it with an email address. This just puts your account at a better standing with Instagram, which makes it much less likely to be banned in the long run. Now, for Instagress, like I said, you don't have the option to run at like a specific exact value. So what they have is slow, medium, or fast. I suggest for all of you just to run on slow for as long as you want. If you run on slow, you will never get banned. You can just leave it on all the time. If you run on medium, you can get banned. I've been banned running on medium all the time. Although it took longer, it does happen. So you want to be very careful if you want to run at higher speeds than just slow. If you're using Social Autobots, I would suggest just set however many people you want to follow, like 1,000, 5,000 people, and then set it so that you follow them every 100 to 200 seconds. I know this is kind of slow, but it's just safety. And you can always start like trying out different things. You can maybe make it so that you try 75 to 150. You can make it a little bit quicker, but you guys just have to be very careful. You don't want to get greedy, or else all your work will just go to waste. The other thing that you want to do is you want to make 3 to 5 picture posts per day just to make your account active. And inside of all these accounts, you have the options. You can do likes, comments, and follows. And the ratio that you should do is you should have the most amount of likes going out, then a medium amount of comments, and then the least amount of followers. So you should be following a lot less people than you're doing likes. You should be liking a lot of photos. I mean, just think about it. You're trying to make it seem like you're actually running the account. You don't want it to seem like there's a bot. That's your number one goal in this entire process. If you have questions, just feel free to ask me. I have a lot of experience with this. Now, the question that I often get is, what should I post, Kyle? And inside of Social Autobots, actually, this was one reason that I enjoyed it, is you could actually put in another person's username and it would download all the pictures that they have posted, which was awesome because then you could just repost another person's pictures that's in a similar niche as you. But you don't always even have to do this. Many times I didn't even do this because everyone always freaks out about what they should post. But all you need to do is post often and try not to look scammy. I mean, you guys have all seen these Instagram accounts that are clear scams. But let me tell you this too. Even if you look like a scam, you will still convert. You will still can make tons of conversions. You will still do very, very well on Instagram, even if you look like a scam. I mean, some of the ones that I have done, I've made thousands off of, and I would say that they completely looked like scams. And they weren't scams, but it was just the types of pictures that I was posting. You don't have to be a professional photographer. You don't have to be anything special. You just have to post often and try and post semi-decent content. Now, here's the page set out. Now, here's my actually divulge. This is going to be kind of the page that I'm going to show you guys. As you can see, I'm not doing anything special. All I'm doing is running some Instagram bots. I'm using Instagress. I've been probably doing it for a week now, and I have 430 followers, but I'm following almost 4,000 people. So as you can see, the ratio is pretty bad. I mean, personally, I would much rather have it be 430 to 10, but right now what I'm doing is I'm following tons of people. I'm trying to boost it up, and then later on I'm going to work to lowering the amount of following. So what you want to have is you want to have a call to action on the top there. And that's basically going to be like, hey, check me out. Like, this is what I'm offering to you guys. So if you're in Grand Theft Auto hacks, that's kind of the example that I use. It'll be like, check out these free Grand Theft Auto hacks, like, or whatever, like updated daily. And people just can click on the link. Then underneath that, you want to put your money page link. You want it to not really look too scammy. You can use a bit.ly if you would like. That looks fine too. You don't want it to be crazy long. Like I said, you want it to look decent. And then you just want to make daily posts. That's it, and you're going to convert. I mean, this page right here, it's not the greatest thing in the world, but it converts. It gets people to opt in, and it gets people interested. That's all you need to do, and you're going to start making money. Like I said, Instagram is an asset, and it's something that grows over time. And you guys can't go into this thinking that as soon as you start, you're just going to get tons and tons of leads off of it. But what you are going to do is you're going to slowly start seeing progress, and it's just going to grow. I mean, it's different than like a Facebook ad where it's going to kind of be consistent every single time. Your Instagram page, as weeks go by, you're going to really start growing. And if you start really building a page that has 1,000, 5,000, 10,000 followers in it, you're going to really start seeing some true leads coming in, like hundreds of leads, and you're going to make some real money off of this. I like to think of the entire marketing space as having kind of like a silo, and I think I'm going to go over that in some upcoming videos, but you should have Facebook ads running to it. You should have your Instagram page. You should be building that. All these things should be being built so that you can send as much traffic as possible to your CPA page. So coming up in the next video, I'm talking the big money method. And what I want to do is actually, I'm going to personally test out this method. This is something that I just recently discovered and I never really thought of before. So I want to really test out this method, talk to you guys about it, and show you how well it works, because I think that it's going to have some really, really good results from just what I've been hearing in the Instagram community. So that video will be coming out very, very soon. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know if you have any questions. The gist of using bots is just being very careful with them, but building your account, like seeing your account as a complete asset. Like I said, as you build it, it's going to grow in value, and then you're going to be able to send more and more people to your website. The other main thing that you guys are going to want to do here is you're going to want to make your website mobile friendly. You're going to really want to do that because all these people from Instagram are going to be coming to your website. So you should definitely be making a mobile-friendly website, which is fairly easy to do. If you guys have questions, let us know. And so that the conversion rates are much higher. That is it for today, guys. I hope that you enjoyed. I will see you guys very soon in the next one with the big money method. Okay, that's it. Peace out, guys.